Yep.
All right, first shots. Hey.
Just want to say the scope is not zeroed for this gun. It's zeroed for a different gun. So, pretty awesome. It's on. That means everything's straight.
Oh yeah, I can see them all grouping really nicely to the left, but a little bit high, but it's all grouping really nice.
Well, this is zero for 77s on the other gun, or 75s. It's zero for 75s, not these.
I think I got one more. See if I can hit him in the head. A little too far off.
Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your homeboy LocsNLoadFirearms Reviews. Today, I'm going to talk about a special build that I've wanted for a long time. And I finally got to, it was been finished, but not with the quarantine. I kind of had time to really get my parts together, get my info together, kind of put it in the video. So this is my DMR rifle. It's a 16-inch upper by Mass Defense. I bought a lot of stuff from Mass Defense, really like their stuff. It's a 16-inch SPR fluted barrel by Ballistic Advantage. So it's a good barrel by a good company. And the scope I just got, I'll talk about it later. Can't wait to zero it because I think it's going to be really nice on this platform. And I got a really nice trigger. Alright, so this is not like a typical review because of the quarantine and stuff. I don't have a lot of shooting videos, so it's gonna be me talking. I'm gonna insert some shooting videos to keep you guys entertained. All right, so we're gonna go off parts list right now. Start from the tip. As you see with the flash hider, the flash hider is from Mission First Tactical. It's a very nice flash hider. It does a great job. It's got a little port at the top right here. They vent some excess gas to give you a little bit more of barrel control. And I think it's really nice. What it takes the recoil and puts it straight back on my shoulder, and I really like that because sometimes with my 11.5 I got a brake. The brake is nice for keeping your platform steady, you know, mitigating recoil, but that concussive blast and the overpressure sometimes it's too much. So I opted to go with a flash hider. And secondly, with a muzzle brake, you get a big flash signature muzzle flash, and I didn't want that shooting with a DMR. You know, you want to be kind of stealthy, tactical. So I went with the flash hider so it wouldn't give away my signature and kick up dust and dirt and all that. Like I said before, this is the SPR fluted barrel. You see these cuts in here. What these fluted cuts are for is to help dissipate heat or keep heat off. That's what I've been told. I'm not an expert, but no, a quick 5-minute research says it's supposed to help fight off the heat. The rail is by UTG. Again, like the upper is completed by Mass Defense, but they have parts from different companies kind of make their stuff theirs. So the rail is I believe it was a 13-inch rail by UTG. Really slim rail, so you can get that nice C-grip that you want. It's M-LOK. I got a full-length Picatinny rail, so you can mount all your lights and lasers. You got M-LOK at the top, sides, almost the bottom, and on the bottom, which is what I have a M-LOK pick rail, so I can mount my bipod legs. These work really well. Not much. I got them for like $29, $30 on Amazon. Yeah, not bad. A lot of people ask about this gun foam. Why did I do it? Is it for heat or is it for grip? Honestly, it's for grip. It just gives me something to grip onto. It's not that hard metal rail. It's nice. It's nice. I guess it's cotton. I don't know. But it's just nice and soft, something I can really grab and squeeze into. And sometimes with these pick rails, depending on the company, they make their pick rails really sharp. And sometimes you grab and shoot and you got like a pick rail digging your hand. Sometimes I bled off them. They rip gloves. So sometimes I'll wrap them up, my hand guards, where my hand goes, so I don't like have to deal with those sharp pick rails. These pick rails aren't sharp, but it's for grip. And I like it. I got the BCM CAD grip, just a hand stop, no foregrip. Still does a very good job at what it does. The scope is a, let me see if I can.
Shooters ready? 5, 4, 3, 5, 4. Okay, we're on 3. It's okay though. I picked up on that one. Get it ready? 5, 4, 3. That was pretty damn simultaneous, and I've seen 3 impacts.
Nope. Okay, here we go. It's a PFI. Come on, camera. PFI Rapid Reticle. It's a 3-12 scope, and it's got almost like a crosshair, but it's got little notches in there. Maybe I'll find a picture I can put on here for you guys to help out. But you know, the different notches measure out, you know, target size, target distance, holds. And so, I was reading through the little manual, and it seems like a very decent reticle, especially for a reticle or a scope that the turrets are closed, so you're not gonna really get that fast dial adjustment because you're gonna take your cap off, then adjust it, then put the cap on. So you're really meant to use the reticle itself at all kinds of distances. So if it's at 100 yards, use the reticle, mill them out. 100 yards, take your shot. Hey, there's a target. 500 yards. Maybe zoom in a little bit if you need to. You know, use the reticle holds and everything to measure your target in size and distance. Then take your shot. You don't need to adjust your dials. i.e. rapid reticle. All right, so the bolt carrier is a Fostech nickel boron lightweight bolt carrier. Just had it laying around. Works really fine. One of my buddies tells me they ditch it because lightweight bolt carriers don't really have the oomph or the force to push through a lot of grime that a full-size bolt carrier can do. But I put it in here because it's a DMR, so I'm not going to be necessarily running and gunning as hard with this as, like, let's say my 11.5 or this BRN 180.
Let's work that elbow. Let's work that elbow, shall we? Yeah, that's right. Your support elbow. That's the worst one too. Yeah. Take it in there. Take it like a man. Let's go, Thomas. Let's go. Nice. Come on, Thomas. Come on, Thomas. Reload, Thomas. What are you doing, Thomas? Let's go. Reload. Get it up. Get it up. Good. Hit him on the move. Hit him on the move. Cover on the eye, Thomas. You lost an eye. Yeah. There you go. Hug that cover. Hug that cover.
I'll go left hand.
There you go. Up. Nice.
Oh, said up.
Keep it up. Keep transitioning. Don't hesitate, Thomas. Don't ever hesitate. Take a knee, Thomas. Take a knee. That other pistol mag. Where's that other pistol mag? Let's go. Good.
So I decided to put it in here. I got other bolt carriers, you know, if I find one eventually, if this one really does start causing issues, which it hasn't, then I will replace the bolt carrier. But so far it's been running fine and I don't need to replace it. The lower is a Poverty Pony Anderson lower. Basically all my guns are Anderson lowers because I'm poor. Not poor, but I'm not rich. And they're cheap. Timber Creek safety selector. Some of the parts, the lower parts, I just have laying around. Like I do a lot of builds, so I just have parts laying around, and a lot of times like mil spec mag release or like a mil spec bolt release, like I'll just have laying around and I'll just put it in the gun because it works. Oh yeah. Trigger is a Elfdeman trigger, single stage. Very nice trigger. Let's take that again. Reset. Very short. Really love this trigger. This trigger is really good. Maybe, for a DMR or precision type build, you kind of really would like a 2-stage trigger because it allows you to take up some of the slack and has an easier or softer break. So basically, if your trigger is like 4 pounds and you take up the slack, now it's a 2-pound trigger. Give or take. So it's really good in precision. shooting, but single stage triggers are also really good in precision shooting too. You just gotta be mindful that you don't have that slack take up, so you really don't want to start applying pressure on the trigger until you're really sure of your shot. That's really the only difference. Yeah, Elfman trigger, Magpul pistol, Magpul, what's this, the K? No, Magpul Plus, rubberized pistol grip. I love these things. The Magpul SOK butt stock, love this thing. Alright, so Locs, what's the furthest you gone with this thing? I would say 320 yards. I know it's definitely over 300, but I think it was 320 or 322. But yeah, this thing was on point. It did not have the scope at the time. It had the primary arms 1-6 Raptor, and I was still able to hit targets out to 300 yards plus. With consistency, we were doing some simulated fire where we fire on a set time, no 3, 2, when you hit 2 you fire.
Shooters ready? 5, 4, 3.
We're doing that. We was able to get consistent hits down range. The recoil is very soft. Sometimes when I was shooting this thing, like I would feel almost like no recoil. It would just be like a boom. I hear the noise, but I wouldn't even feel the recoil. And really nice to have that. This muzzle device, the barrel, the trigger, just the way the rifle is set up is a really smooth action. Oh, I forgot to say, it is a mid-length gas system. So that also adds in recoil management because the recoil is not going to be as harsh. It's going to be a little bit lesser because it's a mid-length gas system. Man. All right, Locs, so you told us what you used to build it. I don't think you told us why. Well, I wanted a DMR because I don't know. I just think DMRs are cool. Ever since they came out with the Mark 12 rifle, I always wanted an AR-15 and with a scope on it that I can use in a DMR role. I think these, in the role that they serve, it depends on what you do. Especially for where I live, this would be really good because I'm not shooting too far. Like I don't think I'll be having any 800 to 1,000 yard shots out here. Everything's gonna be really within 500 yards and in. And for a .223 caliber gun, that's really where it shines. You know, these things, 223s, AR-15s are very accurate within like 500 yards. Now, if you have the right platform to make it to that distance with the right velocity. So for a 16-inch, 500 yards it's good. That's in the zone. You start pushing out to 700, 800 yards, then probably not. But within 500 yards, this is really good, you know, because 500 yards is still a long shot for out here. So most of my shots are really going to be 200 to 400 yards, and this is perfect. This is fine. And the fact that it's an AR, I have plenty of AR, so I can have, let's just say, I can just take this upper off, throw in the backpack, and I can run out with either, you know, my 7.5 upper for like CQB distances, or I can take this 16-inch BRN upper, throw it on there, and this could be my, you know, with magnifier and all, this could be my dual setup. You know, well, not dual, but you know, my fighting rifle. And then once I get to position, you know, bam, I can throw this on here, and now I can extend my range out pretty far. Or I can just have my 11.5 and use that too. But the fact that it gives me the option to reach out and touch somebody is what I really like about these long-range precision rifles. The fact that I can lay 400 yards away and still just dome somebody and drop them, and all people hear, you know, is a gunshot. You know, if it's not suppressed, and I'm not using like suppressed, no, subsonic ammo or something, then they're not gonna hear shit. They're just gonna see a buddy drop and be like, oh shit. And it's that concept of long-range shooting that I just really love. The fact that I can strike from distance and from an unseen position, and you can't do anything about it really, because if you don't know where the shot came from, where are you going to shoot back at? Where are you going to run to cover? Like, you might run behind a tree, but you still might be in my line of sight because you don't know where I am exactly. And it's that mental anguish that you put on somebody when you are the shooter, that I really kind of like, because it adds some kind of, it adds fear. That's just scary. If somebody can shoot you or shoot your friends and your buddies and you can't shoot back and you don't even know where they're at, that is a scary situation to be in. You know, that's a situation, to be honest, I don't want to be in myself. So that is why I'd rather be the shooter, shooting you from a distance that you can't see me at. So that is why I wanted a DMR rifle. I got my 308 over here. You know, that's for when people don't want to listen to this. I can break this out.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, guys, we're gonna be testing the 16-inch ballistic advantage barrel with some Hornady black 75 grain ammunition. We're at 100 yards. All center mass.
And that will go 1,000 yards. This will go 1,000 yards, but I'm not really gonna push it that far. Within 500 yards, that's your ass. But that's why I got it. So next question, Locs, should I look into a long range rifle? And what are sort of things I should consider before going into long range? Again, I'm not an expert, I'm just a Navy guy. Didn't do any long range in the Navy because it's mostly water. But anyway, I would say if you're looking to go long range based off the little things I know, one of the things you want to really focus on is the barrel. The barrel is what's really going to deliver that round accurately down range. The muzzle device, not so much. You can put an A2 muzzle device on here and still get accurate hits. You could put a muzzle brake on here and still get accurate hits. So the muzzle device does not necessarily matter too much. Unless you really want to mitigate recoil, then go with a muzzle brake. But if you don't want to get rid of, if you don't really care about mitigating recoil, then I would say go with a flash hider. No big flash. Usually they're designed in a way that it's not going to kick up dust and dirt and get away resistance. Sometimes shooting those brakes, depending on where you are, it might still kick up all that shit because you're still getting the blast coming out the sides that might kick up stuff. So yeah, focus on the barrel. Next, I would say get a good optic. You can't shoot what you can't see. So I would say make sure the barrel is good, because you don't want to get a really good ass scope, but your barrel fucking sucks. And so you can see everything, but you can't shoot shit accurately. So it's best to get a great barrel and make sure you get a great scope. If you can't get like $1,000 scope, there are good scopes out there for $200, $300, $400, i.e. this one, that you can get that will serve your purpose efficiently. And you might not even need $1,000 scope, because some of these I don't want to call them budget scopes, but compared to $1,000 scope, this is budget. But they work just as well. You know, if you're not going to Fallujah, guys, if you're really not going to war or any tough combat phase, you don't need Night Force $1,000 optic. Now, if you want that, cool, that's you. But you don't need it. So I would say get a good scope. You can get a good scope for well under $600 easy. Trigger. You want to make sure you get a good trigger too. Again, like I said, I prefer a 2-stage trigger for a precision rifle, but a single-stage trigger will do fine. You just have to practice. You know, you'll learn where your trigger breaks, depending on what trigger you use. It just comes with practice. So make sure you get a good trigger, because you want a nice, consistent pull. I opt for a flat face because it doesn't have that curve, and it's just something I feel like I can shoot better, and I'm more accurate, and I get a better finger on the trigger when it's a flat face. But that's just me, because I practice and I train. I figured out using curved triggers and straight triggers which one I like. Bolt carrier. You want a good bolt carrier because you want your system to operate reliably. Granted, with these DMR rifles, you don't need you're not gonna be running like bullshit ammo through a DMR setup. You know, you're not gonna be putting toolless steel through this. This is really something you put just straight brass through. Like American Eagle is probably like the cheapest. Like Winchester White Box, probably the cheapest shit I'll put in here. I might put Monarch in here just to shoot it, but for accuracy shooting, the cheapest I'll put in here is Winchester White Box. I just said it. But what I primarily use, which is not here, it's in the car somewhere, is a Hornady Black 62 grain ammunition. So far, my groupings with that have been, this thing really likes those 62 grains. Didn't really like the 75 so much. I mean, it grouped with them, but it was really definitely, you can tell it really liked the 62 grains a lot more than like the 75 grain. I don't know what they were, but they were 75 grains. So, I don't think I talked about charging handles, Strike Industries, latchless charging handle. I missed that. But anyway, guys, that is my DMR setup. I would love to take this hunting too if I could. But anyway, guys, that is my DMR setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. Totally, if you really are looking to get into long range shooting, or you want a long range gun, or for just whatever reason, because you're an American, you can, then totally go out and get one. Now we all like ARs, so it's like, don't get 9 16-inch ARs. Get ARs that serve various purposes. And like this is a 7.5 inch AR, something small for home defense, keep in my car, and I put a folder on here in case I want to put it in a bag. So that's the purpose this AR serves for. You know, concealability, travel. This one is more of a dual, you could say, like a fighting rifle, because it's a 16 inch, so it's going to get you good velocity. Got a red dot for CQB and a magnifier, you know, to step out for range. So this is something I would use, I guess boogaloo situation, if you want to say. If I had to run out the door with a fighting rifle. And I got my 11.5 at my girl's place. That serves a purpose. This clearly serves a purpose. Long range, stepping out to about 500 yards. And then when I want to really send a message, I'll break out the 308. Another purpose served. So when I get an AR, I make sure it serves a purpose. I don't just get an AR just so I can tally. Oh yeah, I'm the man because I got all these ARs. That's a mouthful. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you found this video informative. I would like for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to hear from you guys, get some feedback on what you like, what you don't like, so I can help make the channel better. If you want to support the channel, LocsNLoadFirearms.com. I have concealed carry insurance by USCCA, so protect you, your family, and your firearms. T-shirts to support the channel. Links to companies that will have discounts that you can save money on and support the channel at the same time. Instructors that people always ask me, who's a good instructor? So I have a little section on my website for recommended instructors that I recommend. And like other stuff on there too. Check out the site. It's the hub for everything. Patreon too. I'm gonna start adding more to Patreon. Follow the Instagram. I'm gonna start doing giveaways. Cause I got a lot of stuff around here that I'm not really using. And I don't want to just necessarily throw it away. So I'm gonna do giveaways. Give you guys, and hopefully drive in more people, make the channel grow. So guys, thank you for watching the channel. Wagunda. Lock and load out.